Welcome everybody to today's lower body session. I want to test something right at the start of this workout, and that is our low resting squat. Can you get down into this low resting squat position? If you can, I just want you to notice how that feels, whether there's any tension. If that position is unavailable to you or it's just a bit beyond you at this point, we can elevate the heels. I've got some small weight plates here. You could use a broomstick or a handle of the mop, or a dowel, or 2 books, just to give yourself a mechanical advantage. And I just want you to test out your low squat. We're going to retest that again after we have a bit of a stretch and a mobilization of the key parts of the hips to begin with, starting with some hip circles. We're just going to let the arms hang, and I want you to just start to send the hips in a particular direction, and we're going to go 5 reps each way. You'll notice the sticky tight bits in the outer edges usually, and this is just a nice way to start some lower body work and just to let the hips know to mobilize and loosen up. Let's go 2 more that way. So today we're going to do a warm up and then retest our squat, and then get into some pistol squats and some hamstring work, some hip flexor development. Let's go a few more. Let those arms hang. My lower back's a bit tight. I've been doing a bit of surfing this week, so a great way to just bring some relief to the lower back. Notice any sticky parts. Hang out there if you need. Back the other way. Beautiful. Next up, we're going to loosen up the hammies a little bit with elephant walks. For this, you'll need some yoga blocks or some books, or even a chair or a stool, something to reach down with depending on your level of flexibility. And what we are doing is straightening. The feet can be fairly close together here, straightening through those legs. And I'm going to bend one knee and push the opposite hip bone backwards, and then switch to the other leg. So the feet are remaining flat on the floor, and you'll feel a stretch through the back of the hamstring and through the lower back. So we're going for 20 of these, 10 on each side. Now, if that distance from the ground feels fairly comfortable, you can lower it and go a little bit lower while maintaining that straight leg. It feels a little bit nervy at first. Keep going. Really straighten through that straight leg and push the hip bone backwards, and you can feel that through the lower back. You can even direct the shoulder of the working side forward a little bit to emphasize the stretch through the side body. Let's go for 6 more. I love this stretch. 3 more. And time. Okay, coming up. Now, if you're really flexible, you could do that from the ground. Straight legs all the way, and try and do it from there. Something to build up to over time. We've got some objective measurements there. With the levels, you can get lower and lower. But for now, we're just warming up, trying to loosen up those hips. The next one is our frog stretch. So I'll go side on for you here. And this is just going to help open up the groin a little bit. Open up the hips, which is helpful for our low squat position. Now, we're just spreading the feet apart. My shins are perpendicular to my direction, toes facing out. I'm going to get down on my elbows here and just find a comfortable position somewhere in the middle, widening the legs out as far as they can go comfortably for now. You might just go backwards and forwards a little bit until you settle into that position. And we're just going to hang here for 10 seconds. Some little rocks backwards and forwards just to let those groin muscles know we're opening up now. 3 more seconds. Now what I'd like you to do is squeeze the knees down into the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax and let them open up a little bit more now. You might widen the knees just a tad, a little bit deeper. I'm going to hang here just for a little more. And now this time, I want you to spread the knees out and lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. You might have noticed the knees getting further apart on that one. You're a little deeper now in this stretch. We're just going to hang here for another 10 seconds. Rocking backwards and forwards, just very gently, letting the body know that it's okay to be in this position. Just breathing and time coming up. So, one more stretch to do for our warm-up today, and it's a hip flexor opening stretch. So very, very basic. We're just going to keep it simple for the warm-up today. What I want you to do is getting into this lunge position, shin flat on the floor behind you, knee roughly 90 degrees out in front. Now what I want you to think about doing is tucking that tailbone under to get some posterior pelvic tilt through the hips, and you should start to feel that stretch through that hip flexor already. Push the shin firm down into the ground and now lean forward in that position, trying to maintain that posterior pelvic tilt, and you'll feel a nice stretch through this working hip flexor. And we're just going to sit there and open that up. If you want, you can reach the arms above the head now and lean a little deeper into it. Through this set, try to keep the hips square, head and chest up. If you want to go a little deeper now, you can. Pushing down with that shin into the floor. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Let's go for the other side. Same setup, shin flat to the floor, front knee forward, roughly 90 degrees. And we're getting that bum tucked in and under before we start to shift our weight forward, loading up that back hip flexor. Just give it a moment to calibrate and accept the load. Let's put our hands up above our head. You can shift a little further forward, and it's starting to rain on me here, but that's okay. Hopefully you can hear me all right. There's a bit of a stormy breeze whipping up at the moment. It's lovely and cool. It's been stinking hot here recently. Summertime. Pushing a little bit further forward, squaring those hips off, making sure that that back shin is pushing into the floor. A little bit deeper now. Trying to keep that posterior pelvic tilt if we can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And releasing. Okay, that is our warm-up done. Just shake those hips out a little bit. Move it around. And now what I want you to do is just retest your low squat with the same setup that you had before and just see how it feels. Do you notice any difference? We're going to hang here for a little bit just to feel out this position, prime the low squat for the work that we're about to do in our working sets, the strength work to come. It's just good to prime our low squat. Like I say, this should be a resting position for us humans, but sadly, many of us adults have lost it due to sedentary living and, well, all the driving we do, office work we do. So restoring this position does wonders for your health in so many ways. How's that feeling now? You notice any difference? I notice my legs can just open up a little bit more. I've got a little bit more range. Let's sit here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out of our squat. Now let's get into our working sets. For part 1 of today's lower body workout, we are working a straddle pancake stretch with load, if you're up to that. The setup is we're going to elevate the butt slightly. So I've just grabbed a few pillows here. You could use some yoga blocks or whatever you have, really, just to give the butt a little bit of elevation. And we are finding not our absolute widest straddle, but not too narrow, something relatively wide where we can feel it in these adductors and in our hamstrings. And what we're doing is pancaking our chest forward by trying to rotate the pelvis forwards. So keeping the flat of the back straight and leaning forward with this. If that's feeling okay, we're going to add some load. So I've got a weight plate here, but you could also use a dumbbell or whatever you have that's heavy that you can carry. And what I like to do is I like to actually put this on my back and let it just balance there. And it just gives me a little bit of extra downward pressure, and I can feel that in my hamstrings as I walk my hands forward. And I don't want to round my back too much to cheat. I'm really trying to keep the chest proud and the flat of my back relatively straight, just to emphasize the stretch through those hamstrings. So we're going to be hanging there for a minute. Then we'll be supersetting that with a squat to straddle drill. So for this, we'll be doing a low squat, and I'm going to give you 3 options. So we'll get into our best low squat. Again, if you need the weight plates under your heels or the dowel or some books or whatever you're using to elevate the heels to make it easier, you can do that. I'll do them from the flat ground since that's available to me. Now, option number 1 is one hand at a time, fingers facing away, like so. 1 foot, 1 foot, a little fold forward, back up, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 hand, 1 hand. Now, if you can do that okay, level 2 is 2 hands at once, both fingers facing away at the same time, like so. And then we put the legs out, folding down, coming back up, legs in, and we push back to our squat. Now, level 3, and this is the hardest one, fingers facing forwards. If you can do this one, fingers facing forwards, legs go down, give yourself a little forward fold, legs go up and push up, and you can see how much harder I have to work to get back into my low squat. Choose one of those 3 variations. Even for the first set, just try one at a time, one leg, fold, one leg, one arm. We're doing 5 reps of that. And then we're going to do 3 rounds. So we're going to do our pancake stretch to start. Let's get set up with that. Elevate the butt. It just gives the pelvis a mechanical advantage to create a little bit of that rotation through the hips. When we're flat, it's much harder. But for more mobile, flexible people, you can do it from the flat ground as well. Now I'm going to time this one. So I'll get the timer on. Timer's ready. Getting yourself into position. I'm going to use this weight for my load. Time is on. Let's hang here for 60 seconds. Now what I like to do is just accept that load into my hamstrings, keeping the small of the back straight and sending the belly to the floor. And now walking the hands out, keeping the chest up, getting a little deeper now into the stretch. The head can start to come down as long as that back is relatively flat. Now, you don't have to be as deep as me. It's taken me a long time to get to this kind of depth. I was a lot more vertical when I began. And if the weight's too much, you don't have to use that. Another option could be to hang onto a pole as well, or something in front of you to pull yourself forward. We're just trying to create that extra load just to assist with the stretch. Okay, 5 seconds. And time. Okay, so you should feel that in the hamstrings, maybe in the adductors, those groin muscles. Just a really nice stretch, that one. Okay, let's set up for our squat to straddle drill. So finding your squat, we're going to do 5 of these repetitions. So maybe you're choosing the one arm, one foot option. That's 1. Or see if you can go a double. Forward fold, 1 foot, double. That's 2. Whichever one you're working with, we're going for 5 reps. That's 3. That's 4. Last one. That's 5. Well done. So that's 1 round. Just shake it out, shake the legs out, and then we'll do round 2 of this set. Okay. Getting yourself set for our pancake stretch. We're looking at another minute here on the clock. Into position. Time is on. Get the load up. And finding our position, rotate that pelvis forward, chest is proud, lower back is straight, walk the hands out. You can add a little flex to the quads just to protect those hamstrings. Send that belly button towards the floor. Getting a little deeper now. Use the fingers to pull you forward. Really sinking into that stretch. Breathe. And time. Heading now into our second round of our squat to straddle. So 5 reps of these. Once again, fingers facing away, 1 arm at a time if that's the one you're doing. And a fold. You might notice a little bit more range there now. That's 1. We're going for 5. Just really trying to access these positions through repetition. You might notice there's a little bit of compression strength required with the more challenging variations, especially if you're doing the 2-arm variation. You need just that little bit more mobility. Last one, I'm going to do fingers facing forwards at once. Fold, up, and pushing for 5. Beautiful work. Heading into our third and final round of these now. What you didn't see just a moment ago was I had a little delivery. I bought one of those e-bikes. I'm pretty excited. Although it came in a box, so I think that's my afternoon. We'll be putting that thing together. But I'll be cruising around, having a bit of fun on my new e-bike. So, getting your weight into position. Like I say, if the weight plate on the back doesn't work for you, you can hold a dumbbell back here, or in front, you can hold a pole and pull a pole. Whatever works for you. If you don't need a weight because your mobility doesn't allow it, that's okay too. So quads are on. I'm rotating my pelvis forward, sending my belly button towards the floor, creeping my arms out if you can, if you're not holding on to anything, and breathing into this stretch, trying to keep the flat of my back straight-ish, chest proud, walking further and further
forward into this stretch, getting a little lower now, breathing, only going to your range where you feel comfortable. Like I say, it has taken me years to get down this low. I was very vertical for a long time. So if that's you, that's okay. That's where it all begins. Keep breathing. Really just relaxing as much as you possibly can into this stretch. Letting that little bit of load, if you've got it on your back, help you down. Send the belly towards the floor. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming up and out of that. And of course, the neighbor has started mowing the lawn. I don't know why it's raining. Okay, last set of our squat to straddle. So pick your variation. 1, 2, 1, 2, fold. That's 1. These should be feeling a little bit easier in these later sets. That's 2. 3. 4. And 5. Beautiful, well done. Let's get into section 2. Section 2 of today's workout is our pistol squat. You'll need a chair or a box or something low if you're not at full depth pistol squats yet. Let's take a look at that first, and then I'll explain the second exercise, which is a mobility compression drill that we're working on for our hip flexor strength. So with our pistol squat, using a chair or an elevated height, what we can do is send that non-working leg forward, track the knee over the toe of the working leg, hands out in front for counterweight, and we sit back onto the chair and back up to standing. So what you'll notice is I have to send my chest and head forward in order to create enough counterbalance for the touchdown. What we don't want to do is just recline back completely and have a break. We want to stay active through that working leg, because that's what's going to happen when we take the chair away and we attempt a full repetition. In order to do that, we need to do the same principle where we do that. So for the purposes of today, I'm going to be using the chair. So if you're at home doing that, you can feel comfortable following along. After that, what we're doing is a single leg compression lift. Now this one is to strengthen the hip flexors. We're working one leg at a time. So again, if you need something under the butt to lift it up, that can make it slightly easier. Facing down one foot of the working leg, plant the hands at a distance that allows you to raise the leg. Now, the further you walk your hands forward, palms flat on the floor, the harder this becomes. So you might want to start somewhere closer up to the top of the leg, and we are going for 10 lifts. And then on the 10th rep, we're holding for 5, 4, 3. You get the idea. Now, this may feel crampy in the top of the leg. That's normal. It goes away over time. If you need to shake it out, get out of the position, that's okay. We're doing 3 rounds of this. So we're doing 5 pistol squats on each leg. And then we're doing 10 leg lifts with a 5-second contraction at the top. So getting ourselves into position, somewhere near the box or the height. Let's go for 1, 2, really keeping the tension in that working quad the whole time. 3, 4, 5. Switching legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now over time, what you want to do is reduce the height of that box until the full range becomes available to you. Hopping down now for our leg lifts into position. Let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. That feels a little crampy. It's awful, isn't it? But great for just developing that hip flex strength. They get lazy from all the sitting we do, so we're trying to build some strength in. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing. Okay, should be feeling that in those hip flexors. Let's go to round 2 of our pistols. Starting leg, 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, really looking for control on every rep. 5, really own every part of this. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. Beautiful. Shake it out, and then we'll jump down into our leg lifts. So 10 lifts and a 5-second hold. Now what we want to do too is avoid rocking back when we do these. Really try to keep your integrity in the position you choose. Let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Getting the trembles in the toes, so that means it's working. Getting set on the other side now. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Woo! That is very unpleasant, isn't it? I'm sorry, but necessary for building quads of steel, hip flexors of steel. Okay, last set of these. If you want to go a little deeper, you may. I'll stick with this height for the purposes of this demonstration. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one, really owning every part of this movement. 5. Okay, swapping legs. Here we go. 5 of these. 1. Remember to send that knee over the toe, out in front. 2. 3. Can help to spread those toes apart. Really grip the floor with the foot. 4. Last one. 5. Beautiful. So what I love about those is there's a progression all the way down until you get to full depth. So next week, try and lower that height a little bit. See if you can get a little bit lower. find a different chair or a box or something. Okay, let's get this out of the way, shall we? 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ooh, other side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Woo! So this work comes in very handy later on, especially if you're working things like your press to handstand, so that we can really be able to compress and lift up into our handstand. Things like that become available much later down the track. So let's keep going into section 3. Section 3 of today's lower body workout, we are doing staggered good mornings for our hamstrings. So this is a single-legged hamstring exercise, standing on one foot of the working leg. The second leg, the toes can rest lightly on the ground beside the working ankle, and you can sort of put some inward pressure against the ankle for support. Hands on hips, I'm standing nice and tall, locking the working leg out straight, and then I hinge at the hip, going forward to a depth that you can handle. Should feel that stretching behind the knee and the hamstring, and back up. Staying really light on the supporting leg puts more pressure in through that working hamstring. So we're doing 10 of those on each leg. Then we're doing a tib raise. Now, the point of this is this muscle on the front of the shin here is often neglected. It's important for dorsiflexion, I should say, to lift the toes up, which we use for running and a number of other just basic things like squatting, etc. So that we can strengthen those muscles doing this exercise, because they're often really neglected. We tend to build up a lot of tension in the calves, but not so much in the front of the shin, these muscles. So what you want to do is against the wall. I'm using a box here because I don't have a wall. And I'm loading some weight in through my heels, locking my legs out, and I'm lifting my toes up towards myself. And you get a nice strong contraction in those muscles that cover the shin. So we're doing 10 of those, and then on the 10th rep, we're holding for a good 5 seconds. Okay, let's get started with our staggered good morning. So we've got 3 rounds of this. So setting up on our first leg, let's begin. 1, remember to keep that chest nice and proud. Lock that bottom leg out. 2, be light on the supporting leg. 3, push that butt out and keep the lower back neutral. Avoid rounding through the spine. 5, we're halfway. 5 to go. Keep going. 4 more. 3 left. 2 to go. Almost there. Should be feeling a bit of a burn there now. 1 more. Now last rep. Beautiful. Switching legs. Here we go. Nice and tall. 1. It's quite normal to feel different in each leg when we're doing these unilateral leg drills. 2. Nice and slow on the way down. Control. 3. Really lock that bottom leg out as well. 4. Might feel a little tingling sensation in behind the knee. That's okay. 5, halfway. We have nerves running down that area of the body. 7, 3 more. They get conditioned the more we expose them to this range under load. 1 to go, last one, here we go. Nice and controlled. Beautiful. Shake it out. Heading over to our wall or our high box for these tib raises. putting that weight through the heels. Let's lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing. Should sort of feel that little bit of a pump in that muscle over the shin there. Okay, shake it out. Let's take a moment to let the legs recover, and then we're heading into set number 2 of 3. This is our final section, so stay with me. Here we go. Setting up for our staggered good mornings. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. I can hear the garbage truck in the background, and now I'm trying to remember if I put the garbage out last night because it's garbage day. I think I did. 5, I hope so. Halfway. 6, should be feeling that in the hamstring. 7, 8, 2 more. 9, here we go, last one. 10, and swapping legs. So the lighter we stay with that supporting toe, the harder this is. So trying to find that, let's go, that balance of just enough load that we're creating a difficult but not impossible task for our 10 reps. 3, you'll notice you're getting a stretch through that hamstring in that bottom position, as well as a contraction on the way up. That's the beauty of these. That's halfway. 5 to go. 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 9, last one. 10, lovely. You can feel the feet working there too. So as you can see, you don't need tremendous amounts of weight to get a challenging response in the hamstrings. And it's just good to bulletproof, I don't know, bulletproofing. I don't like that word because I don't think you can really bulletproof anything, but just to give them some stimulus so that they stay strong. You don't tweak a hammy when you're chasing after the kids or whatever. Okay, tib raises. Here we go. So getting against our wall, we're going for 10. Let's go. 1, keep those legs locked out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Coco's come for a little sniff. 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Okay, my box is getting away from me here. Got a little visitor. That's okay. Shake it out. It'll be Coco's birthday, February 10. So I'm shooting this in late January. So yeah, I'll have to make her a cake next month. She'll be 2. Had her since she was 6 weeks old. So this is our last round, guys. So let's make it a good quality one. Setting up for our staggered good mornings. Let's say good morning to the hamstrings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good work, keep going. Lock that leg out. 7, 8, really keep that spine straight. 9, stay light on the supporting foot. 10, beautiful work. Swapping over to the other leg now. I'm going to go 10 on this side. Here we go. 1, nice straight spine. 2, locking that leg out fully. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 to go. Let's go. 8, 9, last one. Here we go. 10. Beautiful work. I can really feel my feet burning. They're really working hard there, which is awesome. Getting your wall back behind you now, or if you're using a box like me, a box, just make sure it doesn't run away from you, because I really want to lean into it and push all my weight through my heels. For our tib raises, here we go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good work. 6, 7, keep going. 8, really squeeze at the top. 9, 10, squeeze as hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, keep squeezing. 1, squeeze, 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 and relax. Beautiful work. That's it for our leg workout. So this is the bread and butter. This is the stuff that gives you the foundational strength to go and attack life. So if you want to go and have a play with some mad skills, then you know that you've got some integrity in these legs. That's it for today, and I'll see you in the next workout.